Hi there, I'm Councillor Glen, and you're watching this on Saturday morning, the 24th of February. I'm recording this the afternoon before. It's already getting windy and colder, and I looked at the weather for Saturday morning, and it's super cold and very windy, so I figured I'd record my video on a Friday afternoon. Anyways, I hope you're having a good Saturday morning or Sunday morning, whenever you happen to be watching this. Starting out with some local updates, some upcoming events, some things happening around the city. Wanted to first of all thank everyone who attended our open house for the Solid Waste Master Plan. And if you missed it, head over to engage.ottawa.ca. I know it may not sound like the most exciting topic, solid waste master plan, but it's a really important document and an opportunity to hear from residents. It sets out what Ottawa's going to do over the next 25 years to get towards a more sustainable way of managing our waste. We're throwing out a lot more than we should be, and the current practices that we have are costing us a lot more money, really not doing the job that they should. So some big changes that need to happen over 25 years, and city staff want to have your feedback about what you think about the suggestions and the measures. I think there's 50 different actions and initiatives that are listed there, so go check it out at engage.ottawa.ca. Coming up this week, there's there's two important public meetings, I guess you could call them. On Wednesday evening, the Stittsville Village Association has their annual general meeting. They're looking for volunteers and anyone interested from the community to get involved. The SVA, Stittsville Village Association, they organize the annual Christmas parade, they do the arts in the park, and they're involved in a lot of other activities in the community, and they need some help from community members to get that done. So come and meet them and check them out at the annual general meeting. It's February 28th. I believe it's at Hazeldean Gardens, but all the information is on their Facebook page and on their website. And then on Thursday, February 29th, we're doing the open house about the new Stittsville South development lands. Now this is a long time away from development. It's still, I'd say, at least 5 years before homes start getting built there. It's new land that was added as part of the official plan, expansion lands, and it's the first time we've done a planning exercise like this in Stittsville, I'm going to say for at least 9 or 10 years. So very, very early in the planning process, and city staff will be leading it. There'll be representatives from Kiwanis there as well. They're the landowners, and we're looking for residents to come and help to give feedback to shape that future neighborhood. It's not going to look like the suburbs we have now, but your feedback will help to shape exactly what that's going to look like to be a more sustainable community in the future. Also on February 29th, very excited, I mentioned this last week, the Kiwanis Youth Drop-In Center in Stittsville will officially open on Thursday the 29th. I believe the hours are 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. every Thursday and every Tuesday going forward. It's open to any high school students. There'll be a space, a quiet space where you can do homework, but even better than homework, there'll be a space for some gaming, movies, ping pong tables, other activities like that. So I've got some information on my website, and if you know a young person, a high school student, maybe a neighbor or a family member, let them know about the drop-in. It's at Frederick, Banting High School on Stittsville Main Street, and it opens February 29th. All right, this week we had a big meeting, you might have heard, on Tuesday evening about 6310 Hazeldean Road. This is the large apartment proposal from a company called Devmont. I want to thank everyone who attended. We had a very high attendance. 330 people logged in at some point in the meeting, and I know the YouTube archive of that has also been viewed many, many times. So thank you to everybody who checked that out. We had 185 questions and 100 written comments received during that meeting. So I've been working with my team, thanks to my team, to compile all those questions and add some answers to a document that we're going to post probably on Tuesday of this week. It's been a lot to pull all that together, so we will get that up. The next step in this is city staff are reviewing all the comments from residents and from technical reviewers and other stakeholders, and they'll be providing some comments and doing a lot of back and forth with the builder to go over any issues, ask for more documentation. It's usually a long process, and eventually it'll come before Planning and Housing Committee, where there's another opportunity for the public to share their comments or register to speak in front of that committee. I think the one thing I wanted to mention, and I think it's maybe the biggest misconception I've heard in the comments we've been getting from residents, is about the question, why can't they stick to zoning? It's zoned for 15 meters, and obviously they're looking for much higher than that, 77 meters. And why doesn't the city just stick to the zoning? The problem is the zoning's out of date and is not in line with the city's official plan. The city has an official plan that was approved in 2022, and that made all of our zoning citywide completely out of date. The city's in a process right now to update that zoning. It's a huge exercise because it covers the entire city, but that won't be completely finished until 2025. And in the meantime, we have this gap where the existing zoning on all sorts of land in our community does not match the official plan. So that's why they are able to seek a zoning bylaw amendment, and the city has to legally entertain it. I've got more on that on my website. I've got a series of posts just trying to clarify some of the planning law and some of the upcoming infrastructure, things like that. So if you're interested, check that out at engage.ottawa.ca/development. And it's also where we'll be posting the Q&A from the meeting once we have that ready. Some events coming up this weekend, all on Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Saturday afternoon, I'm going to be checking out the Kanata Chinese Senior Center Chinese New Year celebration, so I'm looking forward to that one. Later on, Friday evening, I'll be joining the Lionhearts for the Coldest Night of the Year fundraising walk in Stittsville. It'll be starting at Sacred Heart High School and heading towards Stittsville Main Street. You might see a big group walking, and it looks like it's going to be cold. And then I'll be attending the Black Youth Action Showcase over in Kanata at 355 Michael Copeland Drive. That's pretty close to Stittsville, organized by Leading Ladies Ottawa, and it's part of Black History Month, so I'm looking forward to that event. Thank you to everyone involved in organizing these great community activities, and you can see more upcoming events on my website at glengower.ca/events. And before I wrap things up, one more reminder. If you're ever at a local park or public space in the community and you see a discarded needle, call 311. And there's two reasons for that. One is that they will send somebody by as quickly as possible to get that disposed of safely, and they'll make a record of it because they do track locations in the community where there are problem spots. Thankfully, it's not an issue that comes up very often at all here in Stittsville, but just wanted to give a reminder. If you see a discarded needle, call 311 so they can take action, and maybe talk to your kids and mention to your kids not to pick up things like that, to let their parents know, and call 311. Thank you for watching. I hope you're staying warm, and I'll talk to you here next week. Take care.